Breaking news, Viking Nation. The first revelation is about to detonate inside US Bank Stadium. And what's happening in Minneapolis right now is sending shockwaves through the entire NFC that opposing teams never saw coming. A rookie quarterback just earned recognition that proves the doubters wrong. A superstar player is missing practice for the most beautiful reason imaginable. 2 veteran leaders have been placed on injured reserve in moves that will test this roster's championship depth. And a legendary Hall of Fame quarterback just delivered praise that validates everything we believed about this franchise's future. But here's what's going to blow your mind. Each of these revelations could redefine the trajectory of this entire season. And I'm about to break down every single detail that's got the Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, and Detroit Lions absolutely terrified of what's brewing in Minnesota. If you bleed purple and gold more than you hate those cheese-wearing frauds up north, smash that subscribe button right now. Because what comes next is going to prove why this Viking squad is built different from every team that's come before. The storm starts right now with a recognition that's about to change everything you thought you knew about how quickly rookie quarterbacks can dominate this league. But hold on, as shocking as that revelation sounds, the first bombshell is about to prove that J.J. McCarthy has officially arrived as a legitimate NFL star after being named NFC Offensive Player of the Week, following his incredible comeback performance against the Chicago Bears. Viking Nation. This isn't just some participation trophy or a feel-good story about a rookie getting recognition. This is the NFL officially acknowledging that McCarthy's fourth quarter heroics represented one of the most impressive debut performances in recent memory. The significance of this award goes far beyond just individual recognition, because it validates every single decision that Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and Kevin O'Connell made during the draft process when they traded up to select McCarthy, while other teams were questioning his arm strength and ability to perform under pressure. What makes this honor even more special is that McCarthy earned it by doing exactly what franchise quarterbacks do, leading a comeback victory on Monday Night Football against a divisional rival in hostile territory when everything seemed lost. The statistical breakdown of his performance tells the story of a player who refused to let the moment overwhelm him, completing crucial passes in traffic, making smart decisions with the football when the defense was bringing extra pressure, and most importantly, demonstrating the kind of poise and leadership that you simply cannot teach in practice or develop through repetition. This award puts McCarthy in elite company with previous NFC Offensive Players of the Week who have gone on to have legendary careers, and it signals to the entire league that Minnesota has found their franchise cornerstone for the next decade and beyond. The psychological impact of this recognition extends throughout the entire organization because it provides validation that this team's championship aspirations are built on a solid foundation rather than wishful thinking and unrealistic expectations. Opposing defensive coordinators now must game plan for McCarthy as a legitimate threat rather than a rookie they can confuse with complex coverages and exotic blitz packages. And that fundamental shift in preparation creates advantages for Minnesota's entire offensive system. The media attention and national recognition that comes with this award also helps recruit future free agents who want to play for winning organizations and compete for championships rather than just collecting paychecks on mediocre teams. Can you feel the momentum building around this organization in ways we haven't experienced since the Randy Moss era? Do you understand why this individual recognition represents so much more than just a weekly award ceremony? Because when the NFL acknowledges your rookie quarterback as the best offensive player in the entire NFC, it creates a ripple effect that changes how everyone from fans to analysts to opposing coaches views your team's championship potential. And just when fans thought McCarthy's week couldn't get any more perfect, here comes the next bombshell that proves this young man has his priorities exactly where they should be. And it's the kind of story that makes you proud to root for players who understand that family comes before football every single time. JJ. McCarthy was missing from practice on Thursday. But before anyone starts panicking about injuries or disciplinary issues, the reason for his absence is absolutely beautiful and represents everything that's right about this young quarterback's character and values. McCarthy's fiance went into labor with their first child, and there was absolutely no question about where he needed to be during one of the most important moments of his personal life. This isn't just about missing a single practice session. This is about a 21-year-old quarterback who understands that being a great leader starts with being a great man, and that means being present for the people who matter most when they need you the most. The timing of this situation creates a fascinating dynamic because most rookies would be stressed about missing any practice time during their first NFL season. But McCarthy's maturity and confidence allowed him to trust his preparation and focus completely on his growing family. Kevin O'Connell and the entire coaching staff supported this decision without hesitation, which demonstrates the kind of organizational culture that attracts and develops elite players who understand that football success is meaningless without personal fulfillment and strong family foundations. The fact that McCarthy can balance the pressures of being a starting NFL quarterback with the responsibilities of becoming a first-time father shows exactly why this franchise made the right choice when they selected him in the first round of the draft. What makes this story even more special is that McCarthy's teammates rallied around him during his absence, taking extra reps and making sure the offensive preparation remained at the highest level while their quarterback handled his family responsibilities. This kind of team unity and mutual support creates the brotherhood mentality that championship teams use to overcome adversity and maintain focus during the most challenging moments of the season. The media coverage of this story has been overwhelmingly positive because it humanizes a player who could easily get lost in the hype and pressure of being a franchise quarterback. And it reminds everyone why sports are ultimately about people rather than just statistics and wins. Are you starting to understand why McCarthy's character and leadership qualities make him special beyond just his arm talent and football intelligence? Can you see why having a quarterback who handles personal responsibilities with this kind of maturity gives Vikings fans confidence that he'll handle pressure situations on the field with the same poise and perspective? Because when your franchise quarterback demonstrates this level of character during his rookie season, it creates a foundation for sustained success that goes far beyond what any playbook or coaching scheme could ever provide. Stay with me, because what comes next will test this organization's depth and resilience in ways that could define whether this season becomes a championship run or a learning experience for future success. The injury bug has struck Minnesota's roster with devastating impact, and Blake Cashman and Ty Chandler have both been placed on injured reserve, creating massive holes in the lineup that will require other players to step up and fill crucial roles throughout the next several weeks. Cashman's hamstring injury represents a significant loss for a defense that relies heavily on his coverage ability and run-stopping skills in the middle of the field, while Chandler's knee injury disrupts the running back depth that Kevin O'Connell had planned to use in various offensive packages throughout the season. These aren't just roster moves. They're season-altering developments that will test everything the coaching staff has built in terms of system versatility and player development throughout the organization. Cashman's absence creates particular challenges because he was expected to be a key contributor in Brian Flores' defensive scheme that requires linebackers who can cover tight ends and running backs while also providing reliable run support in short yardage situations. His injury opens opportunities for younger players like Ivan Pace Jr. and other developmental prospects to prove they belong at the NFL level, but it also creates vulnerabilities that opposing offensive coordinators will try to exploit until those replacements develop the experience and instincts that only come from live game action. Chandler's injury disrupts the offensive backfield rotation that was designed to keep everyone fresh throughout the season while providing different skill sets for various game situations and down and distance scenarios. The ripple effects of these injuries extend beyond just the players themselves because they force the coaching staff to adjust their game planning and potentially simplify certain aspects of their system until replacements can master the full complexity of their responsibilities. What makes these moves particularly challenging is that both players were expected to contribute on special teams as well. And losing that depth creates additional strain on other roster spots that now must handle increased workloads and responsibilities. The silver lining in these situations is that they provide opportunities for players who might otherwise spend the entire season on the practice squad or in limited roles to prove they can contribute at the highest level when given the chance. Organizations that consistently compete for championships are the ones that develop depth throughout their roster and create systems that can function effectively even when key contributors are unavailable due to injuries or other circumstances. The front office responded quickly by promoting players from the practice squad and making additional roster moves to ensure the team maintains adequate depth at these critical positions. Do you trust that this coaching staff has prepared enough players to step into these roles and maintain the high level of performance that Vikings fans expect? Can you see how these challenges could actually strengthen the team's chemistry and resilience if the replacement players rise to meet this moment? Because championship teams are defined not by how they perform when everyone is healthy, but by how they respond when adversity tests their depth and character throughout the most difficult moments of the season. But trust me, the story only gets more validation from here. And the next revelation involves a legendary voice whose opinion carries more weight than almost anyone else in the entire football world. And what he said about JJ McCarthy's debut performance should have every Vikings fan feeling incredibly confident about the future of this franchise. Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl champion and current Fox NFL analyst, delivered praise for McCarthy's comeback performance that represents the kind of endorsement you simply cannot buy or manufacture through publicity campaigns. This isn't just another media personality offering generic compliments. This is the greatest quarterback in NFL history acknowledging that he witnessed something special during Monday night's comeback victory against the Chicago Bears. Brady's analysis of McCarthy's performance focused specifically on the mental aspects of the game that separate good quarterbacks from franchise legends. The ability to remain calm under pressure, make quick decisions when the pocket is collapsing, and most importantly, rally teammates and maintain confidence even when the scoreboard suggests defeat is inevitable. What makes Brady's praise so significant is that he understands better than anyone else what it takes to perform at the highest level during the most pressure-packed moments, and his recognition of those qualities in McCarthy provides validation that goes far beyond what any rookie award or statistical achievement could ever represent. The specific aspects of McCarthy's game that impressed Brady reveal exactly why this young quarterback has the potential to develop into an elite NFL player. His pre-snap recognition of defensive alignments, his ability to adjust protection schemes and receiver routes based on what he sees from the defense, and his natural leadership qualities that allow him to keep teammates focused and motivated during adverse situations. Brady's commentary during the Fox broadcast reached millions of viewers who now have a completely different perspective on McCarthy's abilities and potential ceiling as a franchise cornerstone. And that kind of national exposure creates momentum that benefits the entire organization. The psychological impact on McCarthy himself cannot be underestimated because receiving praise from someone of Brady's stature provides confidence and validation that translates directly onto the field during future high-pressure situations. This kind of endorsement also influences how other NFL analysts, scouts, and personnel evaluators view McCarthy's development and long-term potential, which creates a positive feedback loop that generates more opportunities and recognition throughout his career. The timing of Brady's comments is particularly powerful because they came immediately after McCarthy's most impressive performance, which means the praise feels authentic and earned rather than manufactured or premature. When Tom Brady says your rookie quarterback showed championship-level poise and decision-making, that carries more weight than almost any other endorsement in the football world. Are you starting to understand why having the greatest quarterback of all time acknowledge your rookie's special qualities represents such a significant moment for this franchise? Can you feel the confidence and momentum building around McCarthy in ways that extend far beyond just Vikings fans and local media coverage? Because when Tom Brady recognizes greatness in a young quarterback, it creates expectations and opportunities that can accelerate development and attract the kind of support that championship teams need to sustain success over multiple seasons. And listen closely, because the final revelation demonstrates exactly how serious this organization is about building sustainable success and maintaining competitive advantages that other franchises simply don't possess. And it involves strategic roster management that could provide crucial depth when the season reaches its most critical moments. The Minnesota Vikings officially hosted 6 defensive free agents for tryouts on Thursday, bringing in a carefully selected group of players who represent different skill sets and experiences that could address specific needs or provide insurance against future injuries that inevitably occur throughout a 17-game season. The workout list included Shamar Bartholomew, Brandon Crossley, Jamin Davis, Tyrek Funderburk, Ty Summers, and Sion Takitaki, a diverse collection of defensive backs and linebackers who have NFL experience and understand what it takes to contribute at the highest level when opportunities arise. What makes this group particularly intriguing is the presence of Jamin Davis, a former first-round pick of the Washington Commanders who was selected in 2021 out of Kentucky, but has bounced between multiple organizations while searching for the right system fit that maximizes his athletic ability and football intelligence. Davis represents exactly the kind of reclamation project that successful organizations target because he possesses the physical tools and mental capacity to succeed, but simply needs the right coaching and scheme to unlock his full potential. His journey through Washington, Green Bay, Minnesota, and New York has provided him with exposure to different defensive philosophies and techniques that could make him a valuable addition to Brian Flores' complex system that requires versatility and adaptability from every defender on the roster. The fact that Minnesota brought in multiple players at similar positions suggests they're being proactive about depth concerns rather than waiting for injuries to expose weaknesses that could derail their championship aspirations. From this group of 6 workout participants, the Vikings signed Tyrek Funderburk and Sion Takitaki to their practice squad, indicating that the coaching staff saw enough potential to invest in their development while keeping them readily available for elevation to the active roster if circumstances create opportunities. Funderburk brings cornerback depth at a position where Minnesota has already dealt with injury concerns, while Takitaki provides linebacker versatility that could be crucial given the physical nature of Flores' defensive scheme. The timing of these workouts, coming immediately after the season opener revealed both strengths and potential vulnerabilities, demonstrates the kind of